in this episode, I'm going to be showing you my experience on how I brought back to life my dying lawn. So stay tuned. Welcome to Fix This House. If you're new to the channel, please consider pressing the subscribe and notification bell so you can always be in tune on DIYs, how-to videos, and product reviews that I do within this channel. On this episode, it's a backyard edition, lawn edition if you want to say. Today, I'm going to be showing you my transformation and the experiences that I went through on how I brought back to life my dying lawn. We're going to be going through the process called overseeding. So if you don't know what overseeding is, it's pretty much spreading brand new seed on an already existing lawn. It's very simple to do. We're just gonna do some preparation before we even start putting down the seed. So you're probably asking, when is the best time to overseed? For me, I kind of did it kind of late in the game. I started around mid-May. I should have started a lot earlier in spring, but through my experience and what I did, it actually still worked because the type of seed that I used, which I'll be showing you later on this video. But typically people start overseeding on the beginning of spring and also the beginning of fall, mid-fall, around that time. For me, I started around late May, which I already thought that's kind of late already because summertime is going to be coming in soon and it'll eventually probably kill off the new seed that is growing. But on this video, it turned out really well, so stay tuned at the very end and I'll show you step by step on how I did this. So the first thing that I did was I started mowing low. I set my mower in a low level and I started mowing and cutting my grass really short so that we can get to the very deeper part of the lawn. So that brings us into dethatching. I used a Scarifier and a dethatcher. This one's by Sunjo. I'll leave the link on the description down below of all the tools that I used on this video if you want to go check that out. But I went through the process of dethatching. At first I used a Scarifier. This is pretty much a bunch of little tiny little rake needles on this machine that pretty much takes out all that dead grass inside of your lawn. At first you might think that your lawn is actually doing really well. It looks green, but if you really look deep down inside and kind of use your hands to kind of comb through your grass, you see a bunch of dead thatch under there that you want to get rid of. So this will help better penetrate the water, the nutrients, the sunlight through your lawn. So sometimes that's the reason why whenever you're watering your lawn, the water kind of just wicks off to the end to the street or something and it doesn't really penetrate through. This is actually the first time I dethatched my lawn from the first time I moved here, which was actually 6 years ago. So I don't know when was the last time someone dethatched it, but this was my very first time doing it. And yeah, it came out that there was a lot of thatch that came out of it. After I combed through the lawn with the rake, I kind of went through it with the Scarifier. Now this is a lot thicker blades that went deeper into the lawn and it took out more thatch after that. So after I dethatched it, it looked like my lawn actually died. It turned brown and dead. It took out a lot of the turf. So I thought that my lawn was pretty much over. So for me, in my situation, this is pretty normal because it's starting. In order for it to fully bloom, we have to get rid of all that dead thatch and all that crud underneath the lawn. For me, after I dethatched, I started watering the lawn a little bit just so that I could have that nice soft soil so that I can lay down the seed, not just laying down the seed on a dried area. So watering the soil will actually help the seeds to have a nice base for it to grow. One thing that I ended up doing also, and I kind of experimented on it to see if it worked, was the core aeration. So this, I used an aerator. There's so many aerators out there that you can use, and this one I used a handheld one, which took a long time. So I highly suggest that if you want this process to go quicker, rent out an aerator machine. Go to your Home Depot or Lowe's. They might have an aerator available, but for me, I kind of just bought the manual labor handheld one, and trust me, this took a lot of time, but at the end it kind of paid off. But it's still a very good tool to have. Core aeration, for me, I'm going to try to do this once a year so that I can have more water penetrate through the lawn. Again, Aeration pretty much allows your lawn to breathe. So punching those holes inside there will let nutrients, will let water go through your soil. It'll soften up the soil for it to pretty much have nutrients to come in and not choke out your grass. Plus, when you're laying down the seed will fall into those holes and new growth will go through it. So now we get to the fun part, which is seeding. Now the brand that I use is this Scott's. This is the Rapid Grass Sunshade Mix. This also comes with the grass seed and the fertilizer itself. That's my kind of thing with the fertilizer also. Some people say fertilize about 2 to 3 days after you go and lay down your seed. But for me, I wanted to try this out and it worked really well. But it did cause some of the existing grass to grow taller than the already planted seed. So you might get that effect where you got patches of grass that are taller because your existing lawn actually got boosted and started growing faster than the new seedlings that you lay down. I wouldn't say that's a bad thing. It's just, an inconvenience when you're mowing. Portions of your grass will grow thick and tall and probably start covering the new seedlings because of the shade. It'll start, overpowering the little tiny grasses because those existing grass are now tall, blocking the sun. So take that into consideration. If you want to, there's other types of brands that only comes with the seed and you can fertilize 2 to 3 days later on. Now there's a bunch of fertilizers out there in the market. Try experimenting those, but for me, I tried this, and for future videos I'm going to try other brands as well. For this one, after 12 days, I could already start seeing the little tiny grasses, the little seedlings starting to sprout. 3 weeks, I could see that it finally, grew to its full extent and it looked a lot better. All the bald spots on my grass were finally covered up. I'm not a seed expert and I'm just showing you my experience on how I restored my lawn. From my knowledge, I believe there are 3 types of grasses. The perennial rye seed, now that's a fast activating grass, but it doesn't work well when it's warm out. Here in the Pacific Northwest, we only get like 3 months of actual summer, then it gets from a lot of rain to cold, but we do get 4 seasons here. If you want a good grass seed or grass that will withstand the summer heat, you might want to go with the tall fescue. It's also a fast growing seed. So here in the Pacific Northwest, here in Washington State, probably the best one will be the Kentucky bluegrass. It's a little bit slower growing grass, but in this case, this brand right here has a bunch of mixtures of all 3 of them, but I'll show you the back label of all the different mixes inside this bag, so go check that out. So you might probably want to go start fertilizing after you lay down your seed 2 to 3 days. For me, this one came already with a fertilizer. There's a lot of starter fertilizers out there in the market. Just check out your Lowe's or Home Depot. They carry a bunch of different types of starter fertilizers. I probably will start putting more fertilizer on this grass just to give it a little more boost in about 3, for me it's been 3-4 weeks already, so I'll put more fertilizer on here in about a week or so. So now let's get into watering. Watering is very, very important. When you lay down your seed, you want to water right away, and I water about 2 times a day. For me, in my experience, when I did it about early in the morning before I left work. So work started around 7:20, so around 6:30, right when I get up, I started watering the grass already, about 15 minutes each side. I don't have a water sprinkler that's functioning well right now, but I just have this little, sprinkler that I rotated 15 minutes each area. And when I got home around 5 o'clock in the afternoon, I did the same thing. So I did that for the whole duration of this time that I'm starting to grow these seeds. So watering is very important. Just don't overwater. Don't do it more than 10 to 15 minutes, in my opinion, because you don't want to drown out the new seeds. So the next step now is mowing. So for me, I was kind of hesitant to mow right away, but after 4 weeks to 5 weeks, that's when I started to mow. Again, when you start mowing, just be careful of the new growth that's there. But I kind of messed up on one side of my grass. I mowed perfectly on one side of my grass really well, which is the top tier. I mowed around 4 or 5 weeks later and it turned out pretty well. The other one I waited about, the other tier I waited about 6 to 7 more weeks, and I kind of messed up because the grass grew so tall that it pretty much covered some of the other grass, and it kind of started, you know, some sections started dying. My suggestion, I think that you should start mowing about 4 or 5 weeks in. Don't wait till your grass grows really tall then start mowing. That from my experience, I'm gonna go start mowing around 4 or 5 weeks, nothing more after that, because from what happened to my second tier, it kind of grew really tall, and yeah, it kind of suffocated the grass from getting any sun. Again, when I start mowing, I set my mower height on the highest section first. Summer is coming and I don't want to cut my grass super short, because if I cut it super short, the heat will eventually dry up probably my grass. Leaving up to a tall height level like that will help prevent any loss of water. Now you're probably asking for the weeds. For me, I pulled out my weeds by hand. I use one of those little weed pullers. Again, I'll leave that on the link on the description down below. But I get a lot of the dandelions and I pulled those, and also with the help of my parents, they actually did that on the lawn as well. But you can also use tenacity. Tenacity is the herbicide. I made a video on that, on how I sprayed my lawn. So check out the link on the top right here. Check out that video on how I sprayed my lawn with tenacity. But if you want to do weed control, I highly suggest you do that later on in the game, like a few weeks after the seeds have finally grown, not, you know, just when they are starting to sprout, because you can probably end up killing the seed. So you can do that weeks after. Trust me, when your grass gets thicker and thicker, it'll probably suffocate all those weeds, so you have no problem at all. I'm gonna go probably spray some herbicide in about another 2 weeks just to be safe. Now that's the route I'm taking. It's totally up to you when you want to do it. Just don't spray it when your seeds are in the process of germination or when it's actually growing. So overall, that's my experience. You can see how my dead lawn actually got brought back to life. I never thought that my lawn would end up being this thick, lush, and green. I thought it was over for my lawn, but it comes to show you that through my experience, that, and this is proof that your lawn is not dead. It is just, you know, it just needs a little starter and a little kick. And if you follow the steps that I did, if you want to try it, you can probably get the same results. Again, I live here in the Pacific Northwest in Washington State, so it's a different situation in your area. You might be living in the hotter area than me, but I just wanted to share my experiences on what I went through to restore my lawn. Again, if you found this video helpful, friends, please hit that like, subscribe, notification bell, and I'll see you guys with more various types of videos, including outside and lawn care videos. Okay, so thank you so much, friends. I'll see you in the next one.